Hi folks, today we're going to be looking at the Ideacentre stick from Lenovo, which is a rather swish little atom powered stick which fits into the TV to turn your TV into a Windows computer. A departure from the usual Android sticks we look at. Now you're going to be able to get a full Windows with all the good and the bad that implies. It's a HDMI stick, as you'd expect, fits into the HDMI slot on the TV. Let's just have a look at the box, shall we? So inside we have a set of literature which incorporates a safety instructions and warranty. Service guides, again, more things for getting yourself out of trouble, and a setup guide. This setup guide is fairly self-explanatory. There's not a lot to it. You plug it into a TV, right? But it tells you how it works and basically how you get around the navigation of the unit and stuff. And then of course there's the accessories. So in here we have the HDMI cable with an extension, so you can plug it in, it flops around instead of just sticking straight out, plus the power block. So you plug that in to get the power for the unit before you set off on your travels. The actual unit itself, lots of nice ventilation, which we like, a little LED to tell you when it's on or off. USB port, the power slot, power button, and the power cable slot, more ventilation there, and here a micro SD slot so you can store and add external memory into the unit, and there's the HDMI socket which goes in your TV like so. I mean, it's again very similar to a Android stick, but the difference is lots more ventilation. Maybe running Windows requires more cooling. I suspect it does. And of course it features Wi-Fi and Bluetooth 4, so the full Monty. They recommend you use it with a nice little Bluetooth keyboard mouse combo, which is what we're going to do. We're actually going to use it with one of these puppies, which is the R2, which is a great little trackpad and keyboard combination for these kind of things, which it runs off a rechargeable. Okay, first things first, just connect up the power supply through a standard micro USB cable into the dongle itself, and then just plug it into the TV here. So we'll do that now. Once it's in, it's just a matter of turning it on, and you'll see the light go on here, and it's ready to rock. And here's the the familiar Windows 8 boot screen. For the purposes of this demo, I'm using this rather cool R2 Mini X1 keyboard, which has a lovely little trackpad on it, and you know, lots of cool little buttons mimicking mice and all that kind of stuff. Perfect for this kind of little dongle. And here we are in the screen itself. Now, thanks to my little delightful little remote control, which I love and adore. Let's have a look and see. It's a full-blown. You can get an idea of the kind of performance by just taking a look at running a few apps. I was surprised really when I first had a look at this, just how fast it is, considering it's just a little tiny box, if you know what I mean. It's kind of quite an impressive result really from Lenovo to get this all crammed in here and working at this kind of performance. As you can see, it's definitely not sluggish. You know, I'm not waiting extremely lengths of time for it to happen. It's pretty fast, pretty snappy. I'm running off, obviously we're here running off a fairly fast Wi-Fi system, so taking advantage of that. But as you can see, it definitely does operate at quite a lick. As usual with any Windows installation like this, Windows 8 installation, you have the ability to hover down the bottom and get this Windows kind of set of menus. You've got the usual settings, devices, the start menu here, and the search, of course. So it's perfectly standard. They don't seem to have cut it down or anything like that at all. You get all the bits you need. So that's quite nice. You're not fumbling around. The only thing you can't do, of course, is there's no touch on the TV. You get shops, for some reason the Dell shop here. I'm not quite sure why the Dell shop's featuring on here. And of course you get the Windows full games and app store with all the associated stuff on it. Okay, so here we are with Asphalt 8. Just to show you the graphic capability, it's not on a par with I have to say, with the Android equivalents. You can see quite a bit of pixelation and stuff going on. The frame rate seems to be fine. It seems to be at least playable, but you're going to suffer that kind of glitch as well. This is Windows for you. It's not perfect, especially without a massive graphics card pumping away in the background to make sure everything works properly. But as far as simple gaming or basic 3D gaming goes, as you can see, it is possible to do it. You're just not going to get the top class results that you might be used to from your consoles or whatever. As far as the operating system itself goes, you have a bunch of stuff included as standard by Lenovo. Of course, needless to say, if you want to do standard kind of, PC type stuff on here, you also have the traditional apps that you would expect. You don't get Office or anything like that, but you can always install your own LibreOffice, which is my personal favorite. I'm just typing here in WordPad. I'm very slowly on this really mini keyboard, but you can do all that kind of normal stuff, and it's pretty legible, the quality from sofa distance, which is where we are. So there you have it, the Lenovo Ideacentre Stick. Rather nice implementation of a computer on a stick, we think, even notwithstanding running Windows. It's kind of interesting to see Windows on a TV, I have to say, and surprisingly enough, not as unpleasant as I imagine it might be after using Android all these years. Yeah, I could say this is something I could get used to and actually enjoy running on a more permanent basis. A little bit slower than the Android alternatives, but hey, nice implementation. The Lenovo Ideacentre Stick. As usual, if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to the channel so we can bring you more cool stuff. Thanks very much.